What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my path to power. Per many of your requests to go out and get the coin boosts, I went ahead and I said, you know what? Let's do it. We're going off of only pack luck anyway for this path to power, so why not get an extra 1,000 coins or so? That'll help us get some more packs, that'll help us do some more drafts, and it'll help us speed this thing along to make sure that we do indeed end up with our ultimate team, the ultimate powerful Mannschaft, if you will. We are changing the team name per some of your requests as well. If there was ever a question of whether or not I go through the comments, I absolutely do, and I love reading them. So thank you guys for the encouragement and support down there, as well as to those of you guys that just want to ask questions or say what's up, and may give me some feedback or make a suggestion. I'm reading them, I'm checking them out, so keep it coming. We're adding our new players to the squad, switching some things around. Obviously, we have Neuer. I'm going to start Neuer over De Gea. Why? Because I like Neuer better than De Gea in real life and on FIFA. I don't know about on Ultimate Team, but I also asked my goalkeeper to pass the ball, and I don't think De Gea is bad at kicking in any way, shape, or form, but I just think Neuer's better at that aspect. So unless Manuel goes out there and absolutely does a terrible job for me, I will maybe stick with him, and one of De Gea or Neuer will maybe go into an SBC in the future, which will bump up our squad rating by a lot, which is great. We're coming up against this guy. Striker choice was interesting. He's got Pele and a 4-4-1-1. I was like, ooh, this should be fun. I don't actually know too much about playing the 4-1-4-1 into the 4-4-1-1. I would think that it matches up okay because your holding mid is probably going to sit on the center forward. Only time will tell, but we're getting things started here, 17th minute, and that is just a lovely passing sequence, at least in my book, finding Kingsley Coman. Coman, our best wing player that we have right now, not the highest rated. We have Lucas Vasquez from Real Madrid and from Spain on the right side, but Kingsley Coman really causes a lot more problems for people when I use him. Also, last episode, I talked about how Blaise Matuidi, not my ideal holding midfielder, but he's been pretty darn good, I have to say. There are times in the attack where he's just a little bit eager getting forward, but for the most part, he does a good job, and this is a nice goal again. It's just that one extra pass. I could have maybe made one more across to Lineker, but rather than take the long shot with Pele in that open space, Coman with a really, really high percentage shot, and I think that's pretty indicative of my style. Well, I guess not just this year, as many of you guys have pointed out in years past and maybe for all of FIFA eternity. I look for high probability chances, not just half chances. Now, don't get me wrong. If I get myself into a tight game, I absolutely know the value, and I 100% will take or try a half chance, because sometimes in FIFA you just need that extra little bit of luck to see you through, and you have to go for it occasionally, and that's totally okay. This match, we're coming up against another stacked team. He's got Ronaldo, he's got Henry, he's got Griezmann, Tolisso, Modric, Conte, legend Blanc in the back, and I was not feeling super optimistic about this team, but this was like a weird, I don't know, it was like kind of a weird game. And that pass right there is sort of just fortunate. It's really, really hard if you're the defender to spin around and intercept that pass. You feel a little bit helpless. And Lineker, right place at the right time, per the usual, putting it away, what turns out to be a very, very easy goal in the 15th minute. This almost went perfectly, and the 4-1-2-1-2 is, in my opinion, a very counterattacking formation. It doesn't have to be, but this guy executes exactly the type of counterattack that you're looking for when you play the 4-1-2-1-2. I didn't quite get over to block the pass, and it's a handful of passes, so it's not like it was boom, boom, goal, but it feels like boom, 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 and he's all the way across the pitch, and you're like, what the heck just happened? I could have done a little bit better defensively. Once we get hopefully if we can get like an Umtiti or a CB like that, we should be able to prevent stuff like that happening. And this is just, I really like this goal. It's a nice back heel, and Pele just on a clean 1-2. That's why I love this formation, getting those CMs involved, overlapping combo play. It's got it all, and that's the goal we're looking for. Before that, though, I just tapped right bumper. If you're standing still and you hold right bumper and go back and forth, your player will do sort of like feints and lunges. And if you're doing it while you're running, you just kind of, I do it occasionally just to see how my opponent's going to react to a change in my player's movement without a change in direction. And I just wanted to see what he'd do right there, and I was able to read it and work from there. So we do get enough coins now to go back into a single player draft. Remember, I'm not going to show you guys the drafts because I think they are boring to watch me play against the computer, but going on into what'll be the semifinal in our next match for another cup run, I was hoping that I could get some better players into the squad. And so I decided for this draft, I go with a 3-5-2. I also picked beginner, and I picked beginner because you go out, you score 5 goals, you put your controller down, and the game just runs out. And it feels like it's cheating the system to me. I sometimes don't love that I'm doing this, but I do love that this is an aspect of the grind, and I think it's an important one. So all the way through the cup here, our last match was against Spain, which I was not able to just put my controller down. So make sure you check who you're playing, because the Spanish players just kept nipping on in there, and it was very, very annoying. So I had to actually pass it around. Very frustrating. Anyways, we get our draft rewards, the Europe Players Pack, the 6K coins, the standard, the premium. The reason offline drafts are essentially better than online drafts, because in online you'll get like Asia Players Pack, an African Players Pack, CONCACAF Players Pack, and you're just like, these aren't helping me build my squad right now. Maybe in the future they will, but not right now. So we get Fred, a very, very talked about transfer target for a certain one Manchester team wearing red now, a previous Manchester team in January. Speaking of more Portuguese players that we keep packing, Renato Sanchez, hero from the Euros, a little bit downhill since then. He's going to be joining the club, and I am tempted to try to use him, but I don't think he's going to get used that often in the squad. He would be okay as a CM, but he's just not ideal. I thought I was going to pack the Hurricane right here, and I was bummed when it was Rashford. It just felt like Harry Kane was going to be joining the club. We also get Lingard. And Lingard actually I think might be okay as a CM, so we're going to slot him into there for an upcoming match and see how he does. CF to Cam, great position change for us if I ever do want to move a striker or a center forward back to that CM spot. I've got one of the consumables to do that now, and we get a squad fitness in there as well, so we can make sure we're on good fitness for the final. What do you know? Another 83 plus rated goalkeeper. Just add him to the collection. Why not? I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am a little bit bitter at this point about the frequency that we're getting keepers for our squads. We could be like, I just feel like we should have gotten an outfield player that's high rated, or if we could have gotten an 83, an 85, and an 86, and one of the 91 outfield players, we'd be in such business right now. I'd feel really, really good. But apparently the Ultimate Team, the World Cup mode, wants us to test this 4-1-4-1 system as to how effective we can be, even using maybe not ideal players or ideal teams against these high-rated teams. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying for a second that this team is bad. This team is, I'd say, average for what you're seeing in World Cup mode. Having an icon in your team in World Cup mode should just be bang on standard at this point. And then the rest of the squad being made up of 80 to 82 rated players splashed with an 85 and a 91. I feel like that's pretty average. If you disagree, let me know. I'd be curious to see what you guys, how you would rate this team, as far as like whether it's average, whether it's good. There's no necessarily rating system to go off of. I'm just curious. That is all. Anyways, we are heading now into I believe this one is the semi-final against Islandia. And this was the truly bizarre game. I don't know if this guy was lagging or if he was having controller issues. You'll see why in a little bit. But Lineker, Werner, Griezmann, Dembele, Iniesta, Conte, Blanc, Boateng, Ramos, Piszczek, and De Gea. Another really nice team. Boateng on the left, interesting. I guess that's fine. I don't. It's a strong team, right? Like there's no question about it. It's a strong team. It's against another 4-1-2-1-2, and this is just a wonderful scissor bicycle from Lineker, and he hits top net, the best net on that one. If you didn't catch it, we're gonna watch it back on the replay, and I didn't even realize it till the replay as well. But it's just glorious right there. Top net, the best net. I absolutely love it. Some things don't change, and my love of oh gosh, that pass. It's like a perfect outlet pass if I was him out of the back. Nor makes a kick save-ish right there, but you can see maybe he's lagging a little bit. You would have thought he would have taken the shot earlier, but that's just a gift for me. And you can see right here, I don't know what he's doing, but we take it away and we score a goal. And I had plenty of chances in this game that I just didn't put away. It was super bizarre. Or not bizarre, maybe I'm just a little bit off at the moment, or who knows what. But you can see, again, I don't know what happens to this guy, because he'd get the ball and then he'd attack like normal, and then he'd maybe do something like that on defense. It was super, super weird. So I don't really know what to think. But we're moving on into the finals, and that is excellent, and that is great. And that will be live at the same time, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 8 p.m. British Summer Time tomorrow. So be sure to be ready for that. Hopefully we can win it, get some good rewards, and continue improving our team. Other than that, I want to say thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.